out here. We're going to drop a few pine trees. We're trying to get more sunlight down to this floor. Trying to encourage more briar growth, young valuable trees like oaks and maples. I don't know how much sunlight we're going to be able to get down and like really boost growth, but with these trees that I'm going to knock down, I'm going to make cribs. So when I say cribs, I'm building like basically a Lincoln log style brush pile, and I want them to get, I don't know, 3 or 4 foot up. And with my thinking behind that is if I can cluster them almost like they're treetops, like in my experience I see quite a few deer using down treetops for cover. So I want to build more of these cribs in through here. As you can see, this woods is pretty open. It's not really that valuable for deer as far as cover. If you look over towards this direction, there's more of a wall where there's a lot more younger white pines. It's just more of a sense of security. So we're just gonna make some more improvements so that they feel more comfortable working this area through daylight. We're gonna hit this tree first, but you always want to judge which way that the tree's already kind of leaning or where the weight's gonna want to take it. So it's already leaning to the south, so I'm gonna make an angled cut on the top and then one perpendicular with the trunk coming in to meet that and hopefully knock that wedge out. And then I'll move to the back side and cut the leftover spine, and with that wedge to direct that tree to kind of go where you have it planned, but things don't go to plan all the time, so you got to have a backup plan on where you're going to go if that tree doesn't fall the right way. So now that I got this one down, basically I'm going to cut, depending on how big the log is and how much weight you want to carry around, anywhere in the neighborhood of like 4 to 6 foot. Basically just cutting it through, and then once you got your logs, that's when you're going to start building it. So right now, you can see it's about above my hip. I'm 6 foot. So that's get a secure, a deer for the most part. You know, you might have that much back sticking out on a big mature buck, but for the most part, a deer can bed up against this, get some eastern sunlight on a cold day, or south sun. Basically just move around this depending on wind direction. Obviously he's going to want to look downwind of him because he doesn't have his nose to see that. So he's basically just has this as a backdrop, sitting and scanning, watching. And obviously this is a little more open for rabbits. Normally I like to build them a little tighter so a fox or a coyote can't stick his head in there. Or I'll build kind of like a big skirt or an apron around it. So you have your initial shell, but then if you keep doing this with more branches, they have this pocket right here that they can sit on the outside of the crib. Same thing. Middle of a normal winter, this is the first week of February and it's abnormally warm, so we don't have any snow. But a cottontail could sit right here on a sunny day, getting sunlight hitting off these logs and getting there, getting warm. So, or a hen turkey can make a nest around this. It's a real valuable tool to increase your habitat. You know, you don't have to sink all your money into food plots and think that's what's gonna bring you deer or hold wildlife on your property. I haven't even used a tank of gas for that chainsaw yet, and look how much different this already is. I dropped, what, 4 or 5 trees, and build a few more of these, drop a few more, and this place is going to be totally different, way more valuable for deer, turkey, squirrel, rabbit, you name it. So we burnt through 2 tanks of chainsaw fuel, and I think we have a dozen new cribs here. From farthest one to farthest one, it's probably, I don't know, 45, 50 yards, and then everything's kind of in between. There's a nice mature red behind the camera, and then a little further up the ridge is a nice white oak. Hopefully there's a few deer kind of hanging around here early season, eating up some acorns, and then hopefully some does enjoy it and feel comfortable here, and have a few neighboring bucks come and pay them a visit come rut. So, yep, just a simple, just a little bit of gas and sweat, and you're helping improve the habitat without sinking a bunch of money in poor soils and food plots. And I don't know, we'll see how it turns out. Alex will probably shoot a big old buck off it next fall, but thanks for following us.